So hey guys, today in this video we are going to talk about the Apple M1 chipset. If you ask me why, there is a lot of good things out there in the Apple M1 chipset because most of the people don't know about these M1 chipsets. I thought you people need to know about these things because it is a game-changing process for the thin and light notebook laptops out there because it performs that much great. If you compare this to the high-end laptop processor, Intel i9 16-inch in the 16-inch Mac Pro, there is a Intel i9 processor. If you compare this processor to the i9 processor, easily the M1 can perform better than the i9 processor. It's a mind-blowing because these processor doesn't come with a cheaper price. Even if you compare the Intel i9 MacBook 16-inch Pro, it at least come at 2,50,000, something like that. At least 2,50,000, 50,000 if you choose the i9 variant. It's like $3,000 to $3,000 in US. But the M1, it comes under a cheaper price because it is made by the Apple. There is a lot of things out there, but the Mac Mini is the least expensive product in the M1 chip that has the least expensive M1 chip products is the Mac Mini. The Mac Mini is a good product that is available for only 65,000. It is nearly $700. There is a lot of value out there in the M1 chip. You already seen here. If you buying a M1 chip, you can save thousands of dollars rather than the Intel chipset because these are so good. So if you need these types of comparison, it is only a roughly comparison. If you need the detailed comparison, comment below fully detailed comparison between M1 processor to any other processor in the market. If you need, comment below. I will try to make a separate video for the comparison videos. Now we can see the specification of the M1 chip. Even though it is also a interesting part, there is a lot of interesting things in the specification also. First of all, M1 is based on the ARM architecture. It is not a x86 based processor. It is a ARM based architecture. If you ask me what is the ARM, is anything like that ARM? Yeah, ARM is an architecture used to make processor in the mobile phone. There is a lot of ARM chips manufacturers, like ARM processor manufacturer for the mobile phones, like Snapdragon, Qualcomm processor, Samsung Exynos processor. There is a lot of processor out there, and also for iPhone, the Apple making the A14 Bionic chipset for the own phone. M1 is not only a processor, it is a SoC. So what is meant by SoC means SoC is a system on chip. It is what is in system on chip means it's a chip that contains all the essential part of the computers like a CPU, GPU, neural engine. That is a lot of things in the chipset. They tighten it together. It is like in the smallest tiny size. They called as the M1 chip. It is not only the processor, it consists of all the essential out there. So in the M1 CPU, the M1 CPU like the M1 processor, the M1 CPU specifications are the M1 core count is different than the other processor. It has a 4 efficiency and 4 high performance core. Why they are using 4 efficiency core means 4 efficiency core is used for the basic task, like if you are watching a video in the YouTube, it is a basic task only. There is no need for the large energy to waste there. There is no need to use the high performance cores for those simple tasks. So they thought 4 efficiency core is give us better battery life. So they thought it is as a 4 efficiency core and 4 high performance cores for the high-end tasks like video editing, photo editing, and graphical render, this type of things. The clock speed of the processor is 3.2 GHz. It is not that much important for this processor. It is not overclockable. We don't need to care about the gigahertz. It is a 5 nanometer thing. It is the best part, I think, in the processor because Intel are struggling in the 40 nanometer processor for years and years of they don't try to make a lower nanometer processor. They are adding a plus to the 14-inch processor only. So for the purpose only, I thought Apple decided to make their own chips, because it doesn't perform that much great in the thin and light notebooks because of the 14 nanometer, and there is a lack of performance in the Intel processor, and it has a cache of 12 plus 4 MB, 12 MB for the high performance core and 4 MB for the low end performance cores. The TDP of the watt is the amazing thing, because it only consumes 10 watt. The 10 watt processor can beat the 130 watt, 140 watt, even some desktop processor can be beaten by this M1 chip processor, because it is that much efficiently run. It is that much efficiently running. I don't know how this M1 chip is made it, because it is that much as a amazing battery life and amazing efficiency in the, because they are using both making their own software and own hardware. They can easily communicate to each other, and they can give you the best efficiency. And the battery life of the M1 chips are mostly amazing, because the M1 MacBook Air can deliver 17 hours of video playback. Even the MacBook Pro can deliver 20 hours of video playback time. This battery life are amazing because of the TDP 10 watt only. In the higher task like rendering via After Effects footage, After Effects file, and also a Premiere file, it only goes to the 30 watt range, and it doesn't exceed the range 30 watt. They use only the 30 watt, the power only. They can give you a more performance than the Intel 100 watt and 120 watt processor. At this time now only we are seeing the pros of the processor only. If you think there is no cons in the processor, no, there is no perfect processor out there. It also has some drawbacks. The first drawback is the app compatibility. The main problem starts here. I already said they are using the ARM architecture to build the processor. Why they are using the ARM architecture means they have the experience for doing for phones, like they do have years of experience, like 14 years of experience. Like in the 2007 they are making the ARM processor, so they have a better experience. And so I already say they are using the M1 processor, they are using a ARM architecture. The desktop, the x86 application doesn't work out of the box. For example, Premiere Pro, Final Cut Pro, After Effects, all the software doesn't work out of the box, because these are developed for the x86 architecture. For that, the solution for that, there is a two solution. Apple is need to make their own software for the ARM processor, ARM applications, which is not possible to build all the applications for that, because there is a lot of software they can do that. So there are some other solution, like they can use the Rosetta 2. They are using for that Apple made an application called Rosetta 2. What does it means? Just a simulation tool, like a BlueStacks in Rosetta just converts the 64 like a x86 architecture application to the ARM architecture, but the simulation affects the performance of the laptop, because it does the simulation process to run the x86 applications in the ARM version. So they do have some lags in the application. For that, the only solution is the software manufacturer need to make an ARM version for the software to run on the M1 Mac safely, because it is not only the first they are moving all the products for the M1 silicon chips only, because they perform a lot more better and price are lower than that. So that's it for the today's guys. I'm not this is my first video talking in English video, because in the previous subscriber you already know I'm doing the videos in only Tamils. But why you are making, if you ask me why you are making videos in English, means I love the M1 content, and I love the system contents a lot lot more than other, because I love that. So I thought if I make this video in English, it should reach more people, and it should be useful for more people out there, because so I'm doing these videos in English. If you see any mistake and I'm speaking, definitely comment below. I try to improve it in the upcoming videos. So that's it for the today's video, guys. If you like this video, like it, you already know that. If you love it, subscribe to our channel for those M1 MacBook content and Apple those content. So see you guys later. Bye.